Yes, I'm here to celebrate the workshop that we did last week. It's almost more than a week from now. It's been amazing that I got to connect with some participants who booked a discovery call with me. And the workshop itself was amazing. I have prepared so much for that, and every time I do it, it's all about the same concept. The effortless violin mastery framework is to really align your body, mind, and heart together, because that's where I found the most effective way to practice the violin and also enjoy the journey of playing the violin. This path can be actually not so easy, and this can be tough and lonely sometimes. Like, we all need support from teacher and colleagues, and also just the resources that we need as we go on this path and questions arise. And when you can have the safe space for you to ask the questions that are not so much related to just the technique, but mindset, and then how to take care of ourselves and how to really connect with our why. So I encourage you, actually, for those of you who didn't get a chance to participate in the workshop live, I still have the VIP ticket offer with the recording replay of the workshop, and then also the practice strategy PDF and workshop slide deck. I have like 55 slides that I prepared for the workshop, and then also the 30-day practice planner with the goal setting, and then questions you ask, and then the celebration, and then the weekly goal setup, and then the weekly celebration and improvement that you want to make for the next week. Those questions that I ask here, you can also write it down in your journal. And the practice journal, when you really can track the improvement and track the questions and come back to it, and then practice from that mindful place, and also the body awareness that you can always just pay more attention to, because this is something that not many teachers teach, but it can really improve your technique to the next level so much quicker. And it's just how you use it and how often you use it. That's the practice that you can do. Once you really get used to it and find the answer from that place, you will be just keep going to that place of, okay, just paying attention to your body, and then doing the things that your body needs to do. And then rather than trying to control your body or control your bow, control your violin, you're coming from a place of, okay, how can I support this? How can I make this intonation better by supporting my fingers to fall into the right place more easily? Those are the questions that you want to ask. How can I make a great sound? Not by how can I make this bow make a great sound, but from a place of, oh, how can I support the bow? How can I support my fingers and bow hold to be more comfortable, to just rest on the bow, to flow on the string, to make a beautiful sound that resonates? Because the sound that's not resonating, sound that's not beautiful, are mostly because of the tension in your body. And then the tension in your body comes from mindset that's fixed in a way that's not really harmonious, that's not really supportive. It's coming from the place of perfectionism, criticism, and judgments, blame, victim. Those mindset, believe it or not, can really stiffen our body and give us the tension. So how to let go of these beliefs or these minds, that just thoughts that just come to you? Breathe. It's simpler than you think. Just keep breathing in and out. Pay attention to your breathing and do the breathing more mindfully. So deep inhale and exhale. Follow me right now. So deep inhale And feel the expansion in your lungs and belly. So like your lung, the bottom of your lungs can fill up when you breathe in. And when you breathe out, you can soften your chest and relax your shoulders. And one more time, deep breath in. And this, we call it also cleansing breath. When you breathe in and out with a little more expansion and also the slow breathe out, your body, the nervous system gets calmer, and then you feel more peaceful. And then from there, you can put your hand on your heart and think of something that you appreciate right now, right here. What are you grateful for? I'm grateful for this fine Saturday morning, connecting with you guys. We have actually passed the 100 members. Now we have 101 people joined in this holistic violinist, and I honor you and celebrate you for going on this journey. And those of you who are active in this group, I really appreciate you, because it all comes from this safe community that we create together. It's about how we show up and how we celebrate each other and how we set the goals together and how we ask the questions, the burning questions that just kind of like in the way of really playing the violin with more freedom and ease, right? So I really celebrate all of us for being mindful, because holistic violinist meaning we are playing the violin in a way that really feels our heart. Kevin asked about the soft sound, but also have the core in it. So the soft sound comes from, okay, it's not just from lifting the weight or trying to play soft by controlling the bow, but it's about how do I just use the bow hair weight on the string to be able to play beautiful sound. But also at the same time, think of this. Sometimes when we are focusing on one part of the hand, so when we are trying to play softly with our bow arm, it may affect our left hand to get too soft. So if you want good solid sound, even in piano sound, also pay attention to how you're putting down your left fingers on the fingerboard, and then just give a little more weight on your fingertips. So it's about the resting the fingers on the fingerboard and a little more core vibrato to the sound, and experiment with the balance between the light bow and then also a little more weight on the fingers to be able to create that sound that's soft but also has the core. And we talked about challenges. Those are the first thing, not enough time to practice. And then second thing is the technique not working in a way that you want it to work. The third one was the tension and pain you feel by overusing certain muscles and over practicing, maybe cramp practicing, and then you feel the tension, you feel the pain in your neck or shoulders or in your hand or your arms. Those things are common. That happens to all the professional violinists. Actually, they all have the aches and pain all around their body, and I also struggled with that. I almost had I had different tendonitis in my arm and back of my hand and my shoulder blades. So the time that I struggled with that actually got me here, because the risk, the stake that I was taking was high, because I was in the place that was struggling with my shoulder blade pain, and then I was putting the patch on the back and then kept practicing. I was very adamant about, okay, I didn't have enough time to practice, so I had to cram practice when I had time, and that led me to injuries. And then injury led me to one night I just lied on the bed and I was thinking, I cannot go like this anymore. This is painful and this is not really way that I want to play the violin for a long term. I don't know how long I can go like this. That was the question I was asking. Is there an option to quit the violin playing? There was, no. I didn't have that option. I didn't want to quit. The only option that I had was to find out the solution that I can play without pain, without tension that leads to the pain. So that question led me to not to the violin technique practice, but to the mindfulness, and then self-care, physical alignment, body mapping, understanding the body, because I was not using the body well, apparently. And I was focusing on controlling my body and trying to come from that place. Just practice can only make it better was my mindset. But when you don't have enough time to practice, what do? You just find time to practice and cram practicing, just repetition. I was improving a little bit, but not to the point that when I was abusing my body like that, the sound was not coming out the right way. And then also, in addition to that, the stress that I was having, the life that was happening to me, and then the way that I had to support myself, and then the way that I had to practice a lot for auditions or competitions, I was stressed out, and that was not really helping my body to really relax and come from a place of creativity and curiosity and open mind to find a solution to all the technique that I wanted to master and really play beautifully. Because that was my goal. I wanted to really play the violin beautifully. And that's very like a simple goal, but it was not as easy as I thought it should be. So as a busy adult, when we can't find the time to practice, what do you do with that short time? Not trying to control and just over practice, overuse the muscles. What is the wise way and smart way to practice in that short time so that I can improve better and faster than practicing 3 hours, cram practicing without the awareness? I had many setbacks before that as well. The stage fright, nervousness, when I prepared so much and then get on the stage and not doing the 100% that I wanted to do. It was almost like 50% to 60%, and the things that I worked on was just out the window at some point. And I was frustrated because the stake was high for me. I worked so hard for that. So I wanted to find the solution for that as well. I am a musician who live to perform on stages. And what do I do if I keep getting nervous and keep having this imposter syndrome when I practice so hard for this? So those questions, I was keep asking the question and then keep trying to find a solution because I didn't have another option to take. I had just one way and dedicated to that. And that solution came from body, mind, and heart connection. And then it's not just about the violin practice, but it's about how I treat my body and how I think and how I come to violin with that connection, the alignment, and then how I understand how the body mechanism work around the violin playing. But because violin playing can be a little awkward, it's not symmetrical, and because of that, people just tend to set things up in a way that's actually not really helping and supporting the violin playing. It's awkward, and from there, if you tense up, the sound doesn't come out right. Sound is not going to be beautiful and resonating. So I see that in students, and I see that from the discovery sessions that I've taken and seeing some of you playing, the setup can be better, and it's all about the posture alignment and then the setup of your left hand and right hand, that you want to really set it up for success and for the long-term comfortable violin playing. Not just accepting, okay, this is how it is, or maybe you have learned that way for a long time or played for that way for a long time, but if the intonation is not improving, if the sound is not coming out the right way for a long time, there has to be the adjustment that you have to make the setup comfortably so that you can hear the sound that you want. You can play with good intonation all the time. It's all about the setup. So I want to invite you to book a call with me. I've been focusing on the workshop participants, but for those of you who didn't get a chance to come to the workshop but still want to find out the good setup for yourself and for the personalized journey that you are taking, no matter which level you are, the setup and posture and alignment is so important. And from there, I can give you the practice strategy that you can go do on top of that setup to really maintain that. So this is my gift for you. I opened up the time for next week for you guys. Book your slot because it's a limited time offer. I don't open my schedule up like this for free discovery call. And this is also my opportunity to connect with you and meet you and hear your problems and also understand, because I've gone through all the struggles that you might have gone through, the challenges you face, technique that's not working, or the tension that you're still trying to release, maybe some pain, or the aloneness that you feel, the stuckness or frustration that you feel from trying to really achieve your goal. I've been there and you're not alone. And it's a common challenge. Those are the common challenges that musicians really go through if they are passionate and dedicated and committed to really playing the violin in a beautiful way. We will all face those challenges, but when you overcome those, you become bigger. You find an easier way, effortless way to play the violin, and you actually become a better person. This is the most amazing thing in mastering the violin playing. It's not just about playing the violin beautifully, but you become a beautiful person, because you're creating the beautiful music, and then your heart is open, your mind is open with curiosity, and then you're coming from a place of support, harmony, and creativity, possibilities. And when you can answer those questions and solve those problems, there are many different things in your life that you will see from different perspective and different approach. And also, not even the violin playing, when you're working or when you're just out there just walking and running your thing, your posture will change, your body posture will change, and then your mindset would also change, and things will open up and your life will become better and more joyful, and you will show up in a way that's more confident. So I invite you to book a discovery call with me, and I also want to go over some questions that you asked. 𝗪𝘁𝗰𝗵 said, I'm having trouble in 𝗪𝗁 number 31, slurring 2 double stops where the fingers have to be switched very quickly. I'd like it to sound like a very smooth slur, but I need to slightly stop the bow in between in order for it to sound decent. So you took the picture here, and I actually looked for 𝗪𝗁 31, and I didn't have the same music as you show. So we might have different version of 𝗪𝗁, but I'm wondering if which key this is. I'm actually assuming that it must be C sharp and A natural, the circle that you made. If that's the case, So when you have double stops, this is good for everyone. And then when you have slurs like this, why don't you actually change the fingering? So here, something like that. If you have to change both fingers like this, so you have to do this, and that's making it hard, right? So you have to stop the bow, but there is a way that you can change the fingering to make it smooth. See, you don't have to stay with the fingering that they wrote. And always find a way to make it as smooth as possible. If you can make the fingering better, to stay with one note with one finger and then just change the other note. Hope this was helpful. And then Elena asked, I will play second violin during our school concert in June. I find it quite challenging to fit my notes to accompany the first violin, other student. Now I learned to play in the same tempo and to know my notes well. I have also recording of the part of first violin and I listen to it again and again. I can't play with the recording of first violin part in correct rhythm yet. Some tips for me. How can I prepare myself better? Okay, very great question. So for some of you who are doing the duet or even like chamber music, sometimes when you can get distracted by the other person is playing. So practice slowly with steady tempo. For Elena, for you, my suggestion is to practice slowly with steady tempo. You can maybe practice with metronome and really stick with the tempo. And then you can go up to the tempo and really practice your part with good intonation and good rhythm and good steady tempo. And then you can play with the first violin and ask her to play slowly together first to really understand how the song goes like, and really play slowly together with slow tempo, steady tempo, and then after that you can gradually go faster, and then up to the tempo. But when you do that, so there are two ways. Just focusing on your notes and your tempo marking. Sometimes you might rush or you might just get distracted by the first violin sound, especially if you are playing duet for the first time and you're not used to this. Focus on your part and try to just stick with the tempo that you practiced with. And when you get good with that, then open your ears at the same time when you're playing and try to enjoy the harmony that you hear and the melody you hear. And that's actually the next level of playing the duet, when you are playing your part, but at the same time your ears are open to listen to other people's playing and really harmonize with them. Because there's the beauty of playing duet together or chamber music together. We are playing our part, but our eyes and our senses are open to play together more in a harmonious way and supportive way. So I would recommend that, to practice slowly with good tempo, steady tempo first with the metronome, and then play together slowly first to really play together with slow tempo, and then you can get up to the tempo gradually. That will be the ideal practice strategy that you can do. Hope this is helpful and let me know how it goes. Okay, so the Jim said, long way to go, still not harnessed discipline, regimented practice, yet I am always pushing forward. Maybe not in the right order or direction yet, though sound is slightly better. Everything has stepped up, still a long way to go. Congratulations, James. I see that you are working hard and dedicated to your practice time. So Yes, try to relax your left hand. I can see that from your video. It's a beautiful video, by the way. And then it's a beautiful song that you're playing. Just relax your thumb and your palm so that when you are holding the violin, it's not gripping here, you're not stiff here, but you're soft and flexible here. From that place, you'll be able to play the notes in a way that's more comfortable and more articulated, actually. So, and more in tune. So, try to apply that, and then also relax your body when you're playing. So 𝗪𝗓 said he's working on the etude. It's coming along, but I get lost when reading the music. The string changes are challenging too. So in this case, I would do a sectionals, right? So don't try to practice from the beginning till the end all the time, because if you find a place that you get lost, it may be not the beginning, maybe in the middle section or towards the end. So just practice that middle section or towards the end section separately, just like 2 measures or 4 measures, and repeat those sessions maybe 5 times in a row in a way that your eyes are relaxed and you're almost memorized. So when you keep practicing, you will come to just kind of just naturally memorized, and you know what's coming up next. And also when the piece is long for all of you, it's better to sectionalize and make it so when you are reading a story, you have chapters, right, to structure the story, and then you have paragraphs in the chapter, in one chapter, and then you have sentence in one paragraph. So it is helpful for us to sectionalize the piece when it's a long piece, and then just practice the sectionals. So you can practice one sentence here and then just repeat that, and then the second sentence, and then repeat first and second sentence, and then go to the third sentence. I'm talking about the phrase here, but the storyline, right? Third phrase, and then combine first to third phrase all together. So those are the practice tips that I can give to really make the practice time more effective, because that's the way that you can feel more comfortable as you go along on long piece. Okay, and I see that Kevin was asking something. A question here: what is the best way to develop a controlled, accurate Sautille bow stroke that can confidently be played at many different tempos? I would say for now, it's going to be a long section if I go through from the beginning till the end how to structure this technique and explain it in a way that you can understand. And I would also want to see you playing this technique so that I can give you the personalized guidance. And we would have section together. So I would just wait until that. But until then, practice with legato first. So legato first with good left hand preparation, because when Sautille you have to play really fast, and then bow has to bounce itself, and in order to get there you want to play legato accurately first. So when the bow is not bouncing but light bow, and your left hand is accurately there in time, so I would practice slowly first and then get faster, but with preparation with your left hand, so your left hand is not getting in the way of playing the bow fast. So that's the practice that you can do to get to really play the Sautille in a way that's more effortless and accurate. It's been a long time this time, almost 40 minutes. For those of you who are still watching, I celebrate you and happy practicing. If you have any questions, you can put in the comment below so I can get back to you. And I encourage you to book a discovery call with me next week. I opened up my schedule, and if you don't have the right time that works for you, message me so we can maybe find a time together that works for both of us. So happy practicing, and I will see you later. Bye. Have a great weekend.